Have you ever wondered how a pro player or coach would analyze one of your rec play games? Well, you're in luck, because in my new YouTube series, we're gonna do exactly that. There's lots of videos out there analyzing the play of pro players. Unfortunately, we don't all play like pros. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Once a month, I'm gonna be analyzing a video from you guys, my YouTube video viewers and subscribers. We're gonna find out what players commonly do right and wrong at every level across the board. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video, because I'm gonna let you know how you can send in your video to be analyzed on the channel. So before we dive into the analysis, let's meet the players first and see who we got on the court. First, in the all black, we have Gabriel. Now, I've watched this whole video through, so I kind of got to know these guys a little bit and their playing styles. Gabriel's young, super quick, really athletic, great court coverage. Next up, in the blue, we have True. Great all-around player, has a good sense of the court, has a good sense of which shot he should be hitting in certain situations. Over on the other side in the black shirt, we have Walter. Walter seems to have a really nice third shot drop. So throughout this game, he seemed to be dropping that ball in from the baseline really consistently. So I think that's definitely a weapon of his. And then last, we have Ray in the dark blue. Ray has a nice drive and a really solid power game. So let's see how it goes for these guys. Okay, so let's check out this first point and see what we're working with. So we got kind of a standard serve and return here. Pretty good serve, decent return. True decides he's going to take this kind of right off the bounce to not have to back up and hit a third shot drop, which I really like that decision. And you can see he's moving in behind it. Now here's where we see a little bit of a mistake from Walter over on the other side. You can see Walter's initial intention was to take the ball out of the air. He was kind of right on the line, reaching in. If he did take it out of the air, he'd be hitting the ball right now in this frame, and he would be able to catch Gabriel and True kind of on their way in that transition zone and find their feet. Unfortunately, he bails out on that, lets the ball bounce kind of well behind the kitchen line. Definitely would have been able to take it out of the air. Now he's backing up. Gabriel and True do a nice job of recognizing that he's backing up, and so right away they're crashing in and taking that kitchen line. So now that we're neutral, we got all four people up at the kitchen line in a little bit of a dink battle. Pretty common pattern we see here. We're going cross to cross with the dinks. You can see True hits that shot, comes back to the middle, which is nice to cover. Walter's going back cross court wide. And again, I'm gonna pause it here where we see another little mistake here from Walter. So he's hit cross court. He's pulled that ball wide. You can see everyone's kind of funneled with it. Gabriel's moved over, taking a step over the center line with his partner, but Walter is still kind of over in that cross court corner. He's left a lot of space open through the middle of the court, and he's putting a lot of pressure on his partner, who's right in front of the ball, because now Ray in the blue shirt has to cover basically everything in front of him. He has to cover his right shoulder, his left shoulder. So he's put in a bit of a difficult spot. So I'd like to see Walter in this situation, when dinking cross court, move over with it and get at least a foot on that center line to help his partner out. All right, continuing on, cross court back. Walter changes the pattern. I kind of like that. Gabriel goes with the cross-court dink. And you can see this is pretty good dink because he got Ray to kind of have to take a little bit of a half volley here. So they're kind of on offense. And you can see True here in the blue recognizes that. And he's right up to the line kind of looking for an attack opportunity. And he actually gets it. He reaches in. I like this choice here. He's reaching in, taking a roll volley. He's got both opponents kind of slightly off balance. Walter in the black is backed up off the line. Ray in the blue is still trying to kind of recover from his shot. So I think this is a good attack opportunity from True. Unfortunately, he just clips the tape on it, and so they end up losing that one. I kind of stand by the choice there. He had great balance, nice and low in the posture and in the legs. Very controlled shot. Sometimes you can do everything right and it just still doesn't work out. So good point from these guys. Let's check out the next one. All right, so let's check out this next point. It's a little bit of a quicker one, but still a lot to look at here. First of all, Absolutely just massive serve here from True. You can see he's putting a lot on this. He's really going after this thing. He's got a ton of shape on the ball coming in deep. And the value in that is you could see Ray in the blue over there had to step back to hit it, which now this serve has generated a short return and a real opportunity. You can see Gabriel realizes that right away. And so he's quick to get up to the ball. I think he makes a really good choice here. He gets up there quick. He realizes Ray's a little bit late getting up. So he's of course going to take that space and go back to Ray. But now here's where we see a bit of a mistake. So you can see True here in the blue. I would love it if he kind of read this situation a little bit better, realizing that, his partner's crashing the net, his opponent's late to the line, they're on offense here. Unfortunately, you can see he stops right here. I think he could have been quicker to the net. He could have been next to Gabriel or maybe even in front of him if he would have kind of assessed this a little bit differently. And unfortunately, this is going to cost him because, had he been up to the net with Gabriel, he's hitting this ball right now at this height. So that's pretty much easy put away, point over. Unfortunately, he was kind of late getting there, didn't really read the situation right. And now that offensive opportunity turned into, him being mid-court taking a ball off his shoes, which is just a much tougher situation. I love that serve. I love the opportunity it creates. Just be ready to attack if you get a short return or you get an opportunity off of it. So as you can see from the collection behind me, I love my Selkirk paddles. They're super high quality, made in America, they play great, and they have one of the best warranties in all of pickleball. No matter what's your level, playing style, or price range, Selkirk has something that'll work for you. Check out their website to see what's available, and make sure to use my code here so you can get your free gift card at checkout. All right, here we go. Next point. Again, we got True serving. Another massive serve, coming in heavy, coming in deep. This time you could see Walter does a nice job handling it. Takes his time, pauses, moves through the ball nicely. And so he's able to get up to the kitchen line, get a nice deep return, and really neutralize that big serve. Gabriel with a pretty good third shot drop, working through the transition area here. Technique-wise, I'd maybe like to see a little bit less of a backswing on this shot right here. And you can see because he had a little bit of a backswing, maybe gives the ball a little too much and allows Ray to take this ball out of the air and put them on defense. Now it's just kind of scramble mode right now. They know they're on defense. They both back up, which is the right play, trying to buy some time. Great shot here. They get the ball to bounce, and that's like green light. Once it bounces, we're going to try to work back in. Soft through the transition, really good. Another ball to bounce. And here's the mistake. One more ball to bounce from True here, and they're back at the kitchen line neutral. So I think he goes, for offense a little bit too early. You can see he's not quite at the line. He decides to pull the trigger. And, because of all this space in front of him, all Ray's got to do is put the ball down at his feet. And so now here we are, we're back in trouble again. We almost dug out of it, but that one decision of pulling the trigger a little too early puts them back on defense again. Scrambling, and that's the end of it. So here's the 3 easy steps you need to follow if you want a chance to be in one of the future videos. Number 1, film a high quality video of you and your group playing, no more than 10 minutes long, and preferably from the back corner angle of the court, similar to what you saw in today's video. Number 2, you're gonna email that video to the email address linked in the description below, along with all 4 names of the people featured on the court. Number 3, you need to be a subscriber of my YouTube channel. If you do all those things, you'll have a chance to be featured in a future analysis video. Okay, last point we're going to check out here. This time we have Walter in the black over serving on the far side. Lays in the serve nicely, nothing too special. Nice return from Gabriel. You can see he get Ray in the blue over there to kind of have to back up, puts them in a good position. Ray hits a nice low drive, which is going to allow them to kind of move forward a little bit. This is one where I always talk about in my videos. Drive the ball once, drop after that, especially if you get a short reply. So this would have been the perfect scenario. He got exactly what he wanted. Drive, you get a short reply volley. This would be an easy drop, and then they could get to the kitchen line. Unfortunately, I kind of noticed a pattern where Ray likes to drive a lot in the transition area. So he chooses to drive this ball again, gets away with it this time because Gabriel doesn't hit the best volley. So now we're in kind of a little bit of a hands exchange. Gabriel does a nice job there of realizing he's in trouble, buying some time, getting that ball to bounce. Really good shot there from Gabriel. Now Walter's kind of chasing out wide, and I love this shot right here. He realizes he's in trouble. He's not going to try to play hero ball, back cross court, or anything special. The simplest shot is make the ball bounce in front of you. And he does exactly that. He just puts the ball in the kitchen in front of him, comes back to recover. Now, unfortunately, with all this scrambling, you can kind of see his paddle position there. When he recovered, it's a little bit low and it's a little bit favoring a backhand. So he's not quite neutral. He's not quite ready. And this is going to end up kind of hurting him because True hits a nice little flick speed up, gets Walter jammed up, and that's the end of that.